Better late than never, guys.
Would you be willing to trade all of this?
Hey guys, welcome back to Pop Culture with Pat. Hey guys, welcome back to Pop Culture with Pat. Today we are talking about the new horror movie, Relic. So Relic is directed by, first-time director Natalie Erica James, and it stars Emily Mortimer, Robert Nevin, and Bella Heathcote. So Relic is a new horror movie that's got a lot of buzz at Sundance. I've heard a lot of things about it, so I was really looking forward to checking this out. You know, it's a movie that we actually still get to see this year, where it's hitting all the streaming and video on demand platforms. So was really pumped again for another new movie. We're not getting a whole lot of those, so was really looking forward to checking this one out. Now, like I said, this is the directorial debut for Natalie Erica James. And basically the plot of this movie, I'm not going to go into a lot of details. Definitely want you guys to check this film out for yourself. But basically, you have this mother and this daughter. They are going to check on their grandmother. Just haven't heard from her in a little bit, and just want to make sure everything's all right. She's getting up there in age, so definitely just want to make sure everything's good where she's living. And they get there, and sure enough, she's nowhere to be found. So they call the police, say that she's missing, and they decide to stay at the house for a few days. And, while the investigation's going on. And sure enough, while they're waiting there, all of a sudden one day the grandmother randomly shows up. And then things start to get a little weird. So, and you don't really know if this is kind of all in everyone's head, or the grandmother's head, or if there is some creepy stuff kind of going on behind the scenes. So, and like I said, it's pretty vague. I don't want to go into a lot of details. I want you guys to check this one out. But we'll go ahead and jump right into the things that I liked about this film. So first off, just as far as, Natalie Erica James, her directorial debut, I thought this thing was shot amazingly. Just the way that everything looked, it was just really dark, damp, and kind of moldy. And you'll see how the mold kind of ties into the film as you watch it. But I just thought that she did a really good job. Just had this sense of dread too, and it just really added this atmosphere to the film, and that just added to the movie. So I think she did a fantastic job. The characters were all really good. I thought solid performances from all the actresses in this film, and this was more than just your typical kind of horror movie. So it's not just your generic, you go to the movies, this mainstream PG-13 kind of thing. No, this was, this is one of those horror movies that has a little bit more meat behind it. There's an actual story based off something that's very real for a lot of people, and that's dementia. So it deals with that subject, I thought, very well. And something that I really liked, or that I saw in this movie, was just seeing the different viewpoints from the different characters in the movie. So you have the mother, and she's dealing with this situation and how she thinks is going to be best for the grandmother. But then you also have the granddaughter, and she's well, I'm going to move in because I think this is going to be the best for grandmother. So you got to see each of those characters, different viewpoints, and definitely at different times in the story, they kind of butt heads because of how they think they're going to best be able to help their mother. So, and it's something that's just very real. A lot of people, a lot of families deal with this. So I thought it was an interesting way to tackle this subject. So that was probably one of my favorite aspects of the film. Now, later on in the movie, you do start getting a little bit more of, the horror-like aspects to it. And I won't go into a lot of details with that, but I will say the last, scene of the film is definitely something that I'm going to remember for a while. And once you guys see it, I think you'll see why. I just remember I caught myself watching the film and just being oh my god, what is going on right now? I was just kind of was very caught off guard. I wasn't expecting that. And so I really thought that they stuck the landing. And sometimes with these kind of movies, that can really make it or break it. So I thought they did a good job. So overall, guys, I mean, as far as just the film altogether, I thought this was done really well, especially for a directorial debut. I thought that Natalie Erica James knocked it out of the park, just especially with, again, with how everything was shot. These characters were written really well, and just the subject matter and stuff like that, and symbolism behind like different things. I thought that was handled like really well in this film. So overall, as a rating, I would give this a solid 8 out of 10. I highly recommend you guys check it out if you are horror fans, but even if you're not a horror fan, like I said, it's not like a straight up like horror movie. I think that you might even enjoy this too, just because of like, the subject matter that it deals with and stuff like that. It was just a very compelling story in my opinion. So definitely recommend you guys check it out. Like I said, can get it. I got it on those like Google Play Store, and I think it was like $7 to like rent it or something like that. So definitely worth checking it out. Make sure, if you guys have seen the movie already, like I said, I know I'm a little late, but let me know what you guys thought of the film down below in the comments. And for the rest of the year, 2020, let me know what you guys are most looking forward to as far as like, any horror movies that might be coming out. I know we don't have a whole lot to pick from, but yeah, let me know what you guys are looking forward to. And, make sure if you are new to the channel, again, please hit that subscribe button as well as the bell button next to it. That way you guys do get notifications for all my new videos. I know I say it a million times, but it really, really does help this channel, especially being smaller, like myself. So any support you guys can give me just helps with the YouTube algorithm, and I really appreciate it. And as always, guys, please make sure to check back for more Pop Culture with Pat.